This club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Teyana Taylor.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Teyana Taylor is the sexiest woman alive, according to Maxim, on their annual Hot 100 list. She posted, "Somebody pinch me. Wow, stepping back in front of the lens has been a journey of self-reflection and self-confidence. Living up to name and title of this shoot wholeheartedly made me nervous as an entrepreneur, wife, a busy mother of two, and working behind the lens in my director bag. I tend to hide behind my sweats and vintage tees, my spiked tea glasses, and whatever hairstyle I've mustered it up that day. So as you can see, I don't have much time to be and feel sexy."
I'm dropping the clues bombs for Teyana Taylor. That's why I be telling Teyana don't even trip off the music, because she's a superstar. You know what I mean? You can't teach what Teyana Taylor has.
That is true.
You know what I mean? She's a superstar just by being her.
Is she the first black woman to get this
I read that yesterday.
title? Yeah, I saw that somewhere too, that she's the first black woman. Listen, Teyana Taylor be killing it,
She's
no
a
matter what,
superstar.
all the time.
She does.
So, and she just be looking amazing. All right, Mariah Carey is responding to reports about that fight that she allegedly got into with Jay-Z that led to her leaving Roc Nation. Now, an unnamed source had told the British tabloid The Sun last week that she had sensationally quit the label management company, which she signed with back in 2017 over a, quote, blazing row. That's how you know it's the British tabloid, with Jay-Z. They clashed over the direction of her career. But on Monday, Mariah Carey brushed this all off and said, she had to shake it off. She said, "The only explosive situation I'd ever get into with Hov is a creative tangent, such as our #1 song, Heartbreaker. To the people who make up these lies, I say, poof, vamoose, son of a bitch."
Where did that even come from?
Yeah, where did the story come from then? I'm
The
sure
Sun.
I'm sure it was only a bunch of people in the room. Jay-Z wouldn't put that he got into a riff with Mariah and she left upset. So who
When
got
I-
the
source,
story?
an unnamed source.
When I heard it, I was like, okay, that must have been Mariah's team that leaked it. But if Mariah's saying that no, it wasn't her, so where did it come from?
But she did reportedly leave Roc Nation, and she left with her Roc Nation manager, her former Roc Nation manager, Melissa Ruderman, to Range Media Partners, and that's who currently manages her. So maybe it was the person that, was representing her left, so she left too.
They asked Jay for a comment, and he just replied, "Me and Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers," and he kept it moving.
All right, now Tory Lanez was on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, and he was having a conversation about people kind of turning their back on him following the situation with Megan Thee Stallion and other artists. And here's what he had to say about what people were concerned about.
You gotta understand, people have brands, and before I look at Tory Lanez like it's me, Tory Lanez is a brand. Whatever artist is their brand. At the moment, it wasn't the look for them to put their brand on it unless you were somebody that stood so far into your brand that your brand was just so you that on your personal life still reflected on your brand. When it started, there was very few people that were like that on the outside, but on the inside, it was love. That was, the weird thing about it for me.
Yeah, he said people were supporting him privately.
The people who came out and said anything about me, a lot of them after the fact or after the music came out or whatever still called me, still hit me like, yo, I still with you, or just at the time, XYZ. But there's nothing wrong with that.
It
You know what I'm
is
saying?
something wrong with
The thing
that.
is something
because
wrong
you
with
can't
that, and
jump to a conclusion.
There's something wrong with that in our world. And sometimes people have a wrong idea of how that's separated. But I understand that those worlds are separated. Not everybody was raised like me. I'm going to call you on the phone and say, what happened? However, I got to move how I got to move, and you got to move how you got to move.
I mean, it's understandable, right? If you think that he shot Megan Thee Stallion, of course you're going to turn your back on him, because that would be, but we don't know what happened.
Nobody was
Yeah,
but them.
I mean, you wouldn't agree
We
with it.
still
but-
don't know what happened.
But it's like when you got friends in the hood. That's your friends. What I mean, they might do something.
These are industry friends, though.
I mean, I'm just saying in general, but they're still your friend. Like, you don't stop not being their friend. Like, you may not agree with what they did, but it's just like, it's a very complicated situation when you're actually somebody's friend.
It
Yeah, but
depends on who it is.
A lot
If
of
you're-
people didn't want to stand next to him because of the situation, but he wasn't found guilty. We don't know what happened, and you can't make a judgment based on the media.
Well, they haven't done. Have they done the trial yet or
Nope,
anything?
not at all.
Yeah, so we don't know yet.
Nope, not at all.
I'm speaking from the perspective of, like, we've all had people in the hood who've done things, and you like, damn, that was messed up, but that's still your guy. You know what I mean? They might even be in prison.
Depends what
I
they
think
did.
it depends on
Depends
what
what
it is.
they did.
It
Depends what they
depends
did.
on what it is, for sure, and it depends on how they handle the situation after.
That is very true.
All right, now Owen Wilson is saying the Wedding Crashers sequel could happen. I do love that movie, Wedding Crashers. That movie came back in 2005. And there were some reports that they're all on board to make a sequel, and it's going to be for HBO Max. They're going to start production this summer. But Owen Wilson is saying that progress on a sequel is still very much in the early planning stages. He said some people are saying, you know, it's something that they've been working on, and he's been talking with Vince Vaughn about it, but that's as far as it's gone. So if you're a big fan of that movie, we don't know if it's really going to happen. Could be cute, though. That was an enjoyable movie. But have you ever crashed a wedding?
Crashed a wedding?
Yeah, I did one time.
Yeah.
No. Why would I crash somebody's wedding?
Somebody was getting married in the hotel I was in. We just walked in.
That's just disrespectful.
They
that's
invited
foul.
us in.
That's just disrespectful.
We walked in first, and then they were like, "Yeah, come on, stay."
That's just.
So you had on jeans and everybody was dressed in
No,
tuxedos
I look
and
cute.
dress?
I had a little summer dress.
They asked you to stay?
Once I was inside, they were fine with it.
They knew who you were, or did they
No,
just,
this is way earlier on. They
Oh,
didn't
you
know
looked
what-
hungry.
Yeah, I
I
probably
thought
did.
that's what it was.
Come little girl.
Come eat, come eat.
little girl. Come eat. Come eat. Come eat. Take
That's
some
what
That movie
was.
did make me feel like I want to crash a wedding.
Why?
I don't know. It just
Why'd
looks
you
like
want to
fun.
do that?
Plates are expensive. I would have definitely kicked your ass out.
I mean, by that time, stuff is already accounted for.
Crashing a wedding is OD disrespectful, though, because that's such an intimate experience. You know what I mean? And you even got a head count of people that are supposed to be
It's got to
there.
be a big wedding.
Unless
You can't just slide
Unless
into it.
what?
Unless, like, I know Kendrick Lamar. Remember, he crashed a wedding and he performed. That's dope. If you're gonna perform, you're gonna do something. Then that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
But if you
worth
I
just
don't
go,
remember him doing that. He did that?
yeah, Kendrick Lamar, he was in a hotel and he crashed a wedding one time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He performed?
Yeah, I think he performed. I think he did a song.
Oh, that's different.
Google it.
That's Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
All right,
but
now
he
Snoop Dogg.
kicking her out.
Exactly.
If ever try to DJ, I'm kicking him out.
I don't blame you either. I think both of y'all make valid
I
points.
don't blame you. I don't blame you.
All right, Snoop Dogg is a Def Jam executive, so congratulations to him.
What's his title?
That's pretty amazing. Here's what he had to say. This is what he posted.
As a kid, as a young rapper, Def Jam Records was the holy grail of hip-hop. They did all types of that I wanted to be a part of. And then Death Row Records happened. So I didn't get a chance to be on Def Jam. But I always had a dream to be on Def Jam too. So when I got the opportunity, my main focus on Def Jam Records was to go and to help the artists and give them love and give them wisdom, guidance, and understanding, and teach them some tricks that I learned in the game. So not just be rappers and not just be artists, but to be superstars.
So he is focusing on A&R and creative development. His official title is he is the new executive, creative, and strategic consultant. So he'll be working strategically across the label's executive team and artist roster.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Snoop has been around a long time. He's a superstar. The only thing I would say is that, once again, you can't teach what Snoop Dogg has. You know what I mean? So Snoop,
He could be a good mentor to a lot
you
of
could
those
definitely be a
artists.
great mentor, but you just can't teach what he has. Some people are just natural superstars. Snoop is one of them.
And I know he'll cook for you, too, as we learn.
Yeah, Def Jam just needs some artists now. Who's he going to A&R?
All right, well, that is
That's what he's there for.
your rumor report.
All right.
I'm sure he's there to bring in new talent.
Yeah. Attract some talent too. All right. Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
You know, Florida, I really don't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I got to give Donkey of the Day to somebody from Florida. But there's always a Florida story that makes me say, what to Florida? This one is different.
Let me ask you a question.
No.
They just
I
created
said no.
a GoFundMe
Respect
for
my boundaries.
Little Duval, right? And they put the cap at 50,000.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Taylor.
That doesn't make
Now
any
you know
sense.
the bid is at 2.8. How you?
It's at 3.2.
We've had our own resident alien working here at the Breakfast Club for a long time. Her name
I
is
think
Taylor
we got to make it
Hayes.
4 million
Yeah, you
to
gotta
make
make
sure
it
he
4
wins the
million.
bid.
50,000, Taylor.
Come on.
It costs
But-
3.2
So
to
now
send somebody
basically
to
he's
space.
just going to keep $50,000 GoFundMe. That's it.
$50,000, Taylor.
No, we got to do 4 million, Taylor.
Taylor. 50,000.
All right.
All right.
Taylor, to go to space.
Donkey of the Day's up next. It's
How
the Breakfast
convenient.
Club. Good morning.